Hello everyone, it's your girl Toya Rey. I'm here with my first makeup tutorial here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow your girl. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I like to start off with moisturizing my face. I'm using the Daily Moisturizing Lotion from Aveeno. Nothing special about it. It's a good moisturizer. Then I move on to my Mineral Infused Face Primer. That's my favorite right now from e.l.f. I begin all of my makeup application with my eyebrows first. And I am using the Brow Pro palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I started off with Ebony. It wasn't deep enough for me, so I went back in and with Granite to darken my eyebrows and to fill them in more to my liking. Then I'm going to take my little spoolie tool here and make sure that the product is even throughout my eyebrows. Then I'm going to go in with my concealer, which is in the shade Toffee from LA Girl Pro Conceal. Very reasonable concealer. I outlined the bottom of my eyebrows and the top of my eyebrows, but I do try to get them in the shape that I want them in so that I don't have to do much cleanup. Once I'm done cleaning them up, I go in and blend that concealer in, blend it out. And sometimes I do use foundation on top or a concealer that's closer to my shade. I don't really like the halo effect, but I tend to get my foundation close to my eyebrows to take away some of that halo look. So once we're blended, I'm still going to go in with that same concealer on my eyelids, and I'm going to use that as a primer. And then once I have that blended out, you want to make sure that you blend that out really good. Doesn't need to be harsh at all. I go in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. That is my favorite. I do not use any other type of concealer. That is my absolute favorite. This is the Matte Eyeshadow palette from Forever 21. I absolutely love this palette. The best $10 I ever spent. It's very pigmented. Just love it. This is my go-to eyeshadow palette. And I'm just blending that color into my crease area, and I'm just going to use it as a transition shade. And then I'll go back in with a deeper brown, and I'm going to put this all over my lid. Then I'm going to go back in with my blending brush, and I'm going to make sure that I don't have any harsh lines and that, you know, the shadow is evenly even, the product is even over my eyelids. And I definitely don't want any harsh lines. So blend, 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 blend. Blend into your life with makeup. Then I absolutely love this. It is the Lid Lingerie Eye Tint from NYX Cosmetics in Bronze Mirage. I hope I'm saying that right. Love it. It's not hard to blend out. I'm definitely going to have to get more shades in this. So I'm just going to add that in the middle of my eyelid there and blend it out till I like what I have. And then back in there with my blending brush, and I am not adding any product to that brush. I'm just taking that brush to blend out the eye tint that I just put on, to make sure once again that there are no harsh lines. Then I go in with my foundation, which is the Even Better line from Clinique in the shade Spice. This is my everyday eyeshadow, excuse me, my everyday foundation that I use. And I'm using a beauty blender to buff that into my skin and to get it blended very well. Then I like to go in with my highlight, and this is in the shade Toffee from LA Girl Pro Conceal. It's the same concealer that I use to clean up my eyebrows. And I'm going to highlight underneath my eyes, my nose, my chin, and my forehead. Then I'm going to go back in. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I am here adding the color Fawn from the LA Girl Pro Conceal on top of that Toffee. I like to mix them sometimes. Sometimes I will just use Fawn by itself because I'm starting to like a lighter highlight under my eyes. And I would use Toffee for my forehead, nose, and chin. And then I just blend that in with a damp beauty blender. And I use the same one that I put my foundation on with. I don't change out my beauty blenders. I just use the same one, and this time I make sure that it's damp, because it's just, to me, it's just easier to blend out the concealer with a damp beauty blender, but I don't necessarily need it damp when I am blending out my foundation. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's just preference. And once I got that blended, then I'm going to go back in with my favorite setting powder, and I'm so glad they came out with this one. It is the translucent loose setting powder from Laura Mercier in medium deep. As soon as I found out that they had this, I had to grab it, and I love it. But I can get away with using the translucent powder, but hey, they got it in medium deep. I love it. There's no that ghost looking effect that you can get after using some translucent powders. So this is in my collection now. So I'm going to place that everywhere that I highlighted. Everywhere that I put concealer, I put that on. Then I move on to contouring while I am baking, and I just use nothing special about it. This is a dual contour palette from the beauty supply store, and I can I hope I'm saying that right. I think this was like $5 or less, and I love it. I do use the lighter shade in this, and I highlight a little under my cheeks, temple area, and then I go a little under my chin as well. And I do the sides of my highlight on my chin. And then here I'm just blending this out. We don't like harsh lines, so just make sure that it's blended out very well. And I'm just going to finish contouring my face. And then you're going to see me right there contour around my chin. And once I've got that done, then I'm gonna go and remove the excess setting powder that I have. And while I'm removing that, I am blending as well and buffing it into my skin even more, but also taking away the excess setting powder. And I do want to apologize about the lighting. I will get it right. But please bear with me. So sorry. Then I move on to contour my nose. This is a must. If I'm putting on makeup, I'm contouring my nose. And just make sure that when you contour that you're blending all the way up. Like that. And make sure you blend it all the way up. And I'm using the same shade that I use for my my contour on my cheeks and my temple area. And I usually do this a little bit lighter, but the lighting was awful, so but it is what it is. I like my nose smashed. I want it to look as small as possible. Now I did go back in to that dark brown that I used from that Forever 21 palette to define that area. I just noticed, you know, when I looked in the mirror that it just wasn't defined enough for me, so I just went back over it and defined out that area on both of my eyes, and then I left my eyes alone after that, you guys. So once I'm satisfied with that, I am going to go back in with my blending brush, and once again there is no product. I'm not adding any product. I'm just using this brush to make sure that there are no harsh lines, that everything looks very soft. Once again, you guys, if you're going to do your makeup, want to do it well, blending is your life. It's your cardio for makeup. And I'm going to take that same dark brown shade and smoke out the bottom of my eye. I like to say this for last because I just don't like to do it before I do my concealer, because I don't want to have to worry about messing it up, so I just wait till I do my concealer. Then I'm adding my Sweet as Cocoa by MAC. I absolutely love the shade. When I stick with a more neutral more neutral look, then I tend to go for this blush. I love it. It's a sheer blush, not too much. Gives you a very soft look. You can you know, make it a little bit more harsh. Then I'm just lining my lips with the NYX Espresso lip liner, and I did go ahead off camera, did a wing liner, added lashes, and I also did my highlight as well. And I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Jarrell, I hope I'm saying her last name correct, glow kit. And then my lipstick was the Kiss the Dust by NYX. And then I'm gonna go over that with Sandstorm from Revlon, because I just don't like matte lips. I like gloss. I don't like the matte look on me. And that's about it. I highlighted above my cheekbone, a little on my nose, and I did use that highlight above my eyebrow, and that's the completed look, you guys. I absolutely love it. Came out wonderful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, you guys.